Sports betting brethren, they bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, I'm a sports betting market analyst with oddsjam.com, where we teach you how to bet like a pro. Today's topic is line movement. You hear that term all the time. Oh, the line moved, up or down, this way or the other. And I think a lot of people are wondering, what all does that mean relative to your bets and maybe what you have going on. So I want to share, some experiences and sort of some insights on, the different movement of lines and what it can mean, and maybe how you would use that to your advantage, and also maybe help yourself out by increasing your ROI using that. So let's take a look. All right, guys, before we get into the line movement information, first want to welcome you to join the channel. If you like the bet school information, you like the betting education, and want to learn how to use the data-driven, market insightful tools that OddsJam offers, please, join the channel. Hit a like, hit a share, let some of your friends know that they can watch this content to get educated, to get elevated using all the tools, of which you have a 20% off for the next, for the first 2 months. If you're a new user and you want to get signed up, make sure you use that promo code, BOYD20, BOYD20, when you get signed up at OddsJam, and, take advantage of that savings, because you need the tools to execute and, make money and profit over and over again. So you can't do without them, but might as well have a little savings when you're getting the tools signed up. And then once you kind of get ramped up, it'll just be a common thing you're going to want and need going forward. You'll never look back. So let's get onto line movement. So we'll take a look at the odds screen here in a minute at OddsJam to show you what we're talking about, visually. But basically, line movement is the time period from the opening line when a game is offered by the sportsbook. So let's say the game opens up with a point spread of -2. Okay, and then throughout the course of the day, throughout the course of the night, throughout the course of the week, however long is before tip-off, before kickoff, before the puck drops, whenever that line is done and the game starts, that's the closing line. So from the opening line to the closing line, there is movement. It can go up, it can go down, the odds can change, the payouts can change, a lot of things can change, and we're going to talk about what all those changes mean, how you can use this information to your advantage, and how you can use it to profit. So let's take a look. Okay, here we're looking at the lines for college basketball slate of games, and in the red here you can see the line movement. So this is in real time. OddsJam provides this. So what it's saying is their algorithm showing -5.5 on Marist, and it went from -102 to -103. So it shows a bit of a trend of the line going from -5.5 upwards, pricing getting a little bit worse. So the bottom line is, if you haven't moved on this game yet, they're showing you the direction this line's going. Now you can always click on this bet, and it's going to pull up the history over here to your right, and you can see when the line was, say, 7 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 4 hours ago, and then track the movement. So it did go down to 4.5, and then it's regressed and come back a little bit. So this is nice to know, because you want to see, the timing of maybe an injury that maybe affected the price, maybe some news or information that came out that affected the price. You can see here -8.5 at DraftKings on St. Peter's, but then it's up at 9.5 with Pinnacle. And so you can track and trace the movement, whether it's going up or down. And you can also do that with totals. So for example, if the total opened at a certain price, you can track and trace that. Now, the reason why it can be very important in totals is because maybe the total opened at a particular number and then that line has changed. So for example, let's just pull one up at random here, and let's pull up this Harvard-Cornell game. So you can see right here, boom, is a great example. It opened at 154.5, and it's progressively climbed up, all the way here to the 159.5. That's 5 points from the opening line. So the question is, now, is there more space and availability to play that under, because the market has really squeezed all the value out of it? If you hit it here, yeah, maybe that would have been a good situation to get on the over at that particular price. But not a lot of people are up at 9, 10 o'clock at night on opening lines. But maybe they are. Maybe they're seeing this direction early, and they jumped on it early before it hit its cap here. So you have to make a decision, understanding the direction of the line, direction of the market. Is the market maxed out? Did it do too much? And that's just one sports book. You can compare and contrast that with say what Pinnacle did. They might have a different set of circumstances, although they're showing a similar trend upward. Again, that's another indicator. When you have odds making sports books, they're doing their own thing, and they're showing the history, again, all similar direction. That's very telling. When you have the Pinnacles, the bookmakers, the Circas, the Caesars, the Bet Onlines, and you have them all showing you their pattern and direction, it's indicative of what the market's doing, as opposed to just one sports book on one scenario. But OddsJam shows you the real-time lines, the real-time prices, and it's showing you the direction of the market, and then the best prices if you need to jump on something before maybe you are too late, and still have value on that. So it's very, very imperative that you get the best value, the best price. And so that's what OddsJam does: provides you the tools, provides you the sports book, the best prices, best odds, best payouts, things like that. And it's comparatively with the sharpest sports books and how they're moving the market. So that's why line movement is so important, because sometimes you want to get in and know what direction it's going. You're in nice and early, and sometimes you might have missed it and then maybe had the value be deflated as that market's moved so much to where it's now diminished as far as the value type of edge. There we go on line movement. I do want to point out and say that, the best time to get lines is early, but there can be a situation where sometimes you're too early, because in some cases, if you see some early line movement, it could be a head fake by a syndicate, where they come back later and put a wager on a larger size on the other side of that bet. So I like to personally just go early, but yet let the market develop, let the market kind of get hammered out. And so if I do see some movement, early in whether it's basketball, football, whatever the case, baseball, depending on the sport is depending on what early is, but also you see some opportunities, right before the game start, an hour or two before tip off, an hour or two before, you see some other opportunities, some outlying prices on some books that maybe didn't move, and they'll give you a good indicator what the market's doing. So I like to go early, like to go late. As far as the middle ground goes, there's always, opportunities that can be found, but I think that's the time period where a lot of the public and a lot of the bets are getting the lines formed and shaped. So that's why I'm sort of early or late, and pick them off accordingly. So anyway, hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any other topics you want me to cover here at Bet School, let me know. Appreciate you joining the channel. Let's go make some mathematical money.